I suppose we might start with Liverpool, seeing as they are the league leaders. John, I thought Leicester were superb. I thought the pitch slowed Liverpool down. It was soggy, wet. The ball wasn't running truly. So I didn't agree with those who said Liverpool were too nervous and had begun to worry about, winning the title. I thought it was a bloody good match with two decent teams. What did you think?
Yeah, I thought it was a very good game. Leicester played extremely well. I disagree with you on the start Liverpool. Well, not the start Liverpool. Sorry, about the pitch. The pitch wasn't great. It could have been better. But if you look at the first 15, 20 minutes, Hamann, the way Liverpool passed the ball, you couldn't have passed it any better. The way they scored, when it's a bad pitch, it holds the ball up and it slows it down. I didn't see that. And I thought Liverpool started extremely well. I thought when they got the goal, they got a little bit complacent in terms of passing the ball square and back, and then it wasn't a usual go after they scored the first goal, especially the first 50 minutes. But I thought the start was excellent. And then Leicester came into the game, and I think they gave a goal just before half time. Yeah. But I thought it was a good game, and Leicester, you wouldn't think they were a team that were struggling at the moment. And I tell you, they gave a very, very good account of themselves, Hamann.
Yeah, Didi, I thought Leicester were very good. It's extraordinary that their coach is under pressure. I thought they played very well. What did you think about the pitch? John and I have a serious disagreement. I thought the pitch slowed the ball down. It didn't suit touch players like Salah, Firmino, and I thought and Robertson steaming up the left wing. I thought the pitch slowed it down, and I wonder what you thought.
Well, it was pretty slippery, and obviously they had a bit of snow before the game, and I'm not sure whether I would blame the pitch on Liverpool's performance. I think. Sometimes you can score too early, and you score that early goal, and you think, "Here we go again." It's all right, and we just have to, see the game out, even though there's 85 or 87 minutes to be played. And I think they found their match in Leicester. Leicester didn't crumble. This is a team that's still got a lot of championship-winning players in their side, and they're just too inconsistent. That's why they are under pressure. That's why Puel is under pressure. But I wouldn't blame it on the pitch. I would like to think that it was more to do with people thinking about the consequences if they were to win to go. It's clear.
Okay.
Because at halftime they cleared only one half of the pitch, the half that Liverpool was attacking. So they tried everything. It's by the way, it's something I don't agree with at all. And I'm surprised that the FA didn't at least had a look into it. But it's certainly not possible, or it shouldn't be possible, that they only clear one half of the field.
Yeah, this is the half facing into the Kop, where they were going to be playing in the second half. I think it does prove that at least they thought the pitch was an issue. But I just want to go, John, to...
Hamann, can I just come in there on that? I mean, I thought what they did was disgraceful, to be quite honest. And I'm like Didi. I'm very surprised that the FA haven't picked up on it. Yeah. I think to do that, it is the groundsman. Now, whether they were under orders to do or not, I don't know. But and the lads afterwards on the telly were making a laugh at it. I didn't think it was funny at all. I thought it was outrageous to do something like that.
Now, there's one thing I'd like to put to both of you about a criticism of Liverpool that I think is valid. I think that Klopp substitutions were poor. He took Shaqiri off and put Fabinho on with 25 minutes to go. He took Firmino off and put Sturridge on, which I also thought was a bad move. And he took Keita off and put Lallana on again with 25 minutes to go. He made a double substitution. I didn't think any of those substitutions were good. Keita, for example, John, I think Liverpool should have had a penalty. It was a clear penalty in my view. Didn't get it, but it was he's a kind of strong player who can drive forward, who may have created danger. I didn't think there was any possibility that Lallana was going to do that.
No, it's difficult to know, Eamon. You know, it's easy to be wise after the event. I thought the same as you. I agree with you on those particular things with the substitution. I think, I think teams, like you talk about the Fergie time, Eamon, and that Fergie time was always, even Celsius, staying with the same team, very, very little substitutions, but doing the same things right up to the end. I thought it was a bit premature to take the players off that you mentioned there.
Yeah.
These are proven players who have done it in the past, and it showed a little bit of desperation, Eamon, from Klopp, rather than sticking with it and having belief in the players that have been his best players.
Yeah,
now, whether they would have done it or not, I don't know, Eamon. But I would agree with you there that they could have stuck a bit longer with them.
Did you think the penalty should have been given?
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt that he catches him. It's a clear penalty, which wasn't given. But
what about the substitutions?
You've got to deal with these things.
What about the substitutions?
Well, I think if you go back, I'm in John's camp here. It's always easy to say afterwards. I didn't feel there was a need to bring Fabinho on at this stage of the game. And then Lallana, he seems to be a big fan, even though his form has been tailing off for the last 2 years. He's hardly done anything. If you look at his substitutions over the last 18 months, 2 years, I think he's had a pretty good hand when it comes to bringing players on and changing games or getting the winning goal. I think what happens at the moment, Sturridge is a pie in the sky. You never know what you get off him. So I think the earlier you come to the conclusion that he's not a player to bring you forward and move you forward, I think the better. And I think it has to come a time with Lallana as well. But I'm not saying they're short on numbers, but these are two players who would have to play a role in the coming months. Because if you look at the front three, if they don't fire at the moment, it's very hard to see getting an impact off the bench, and I think it's more to do with the players who come on being out of form for whatever reason than actually making these substitutions. I think there was a reason to make a substitution. Fabinho, I didn't agree with. I think the other two substitutions you can make.
Okay, John, you've played in championship winning teams and certainly championship contending all the time with Leeds for many years. This is January. You shouldn't be feeling any heat in the last week in January. If you are feeling the heat of winning the championship, there's something wrong, isn't there?
Yeah, well, what do you mean, Em? Do you think Liverpool are feeling, or is that to say?
Well, people were saying, the BT commentary team and others saying the crowd were very nervous. The players on the pitch seem to be a bit tentative about going for it. This is them feeling the pressure because, of course, the night before Manchester City had lost, and we'll come to them, they'd lost at Newcastle. This was Liverpool's chance to go 7 points clear, which would have been a big lead at this stage. In other words, they're feeling the pressure of winning the championship. You shouldn't be feeling the pressure in January, should you?
I don't think they were, Eamon. I think it's fashionable. I think it's fashionable to say now, the pressure's on Liverpool, the pressure's on Manchester City, and all that. But Klopp has been very, very good in these reasoning over this. He said, look, I can't do anything about what Manchester City do. We can only do what we can do. And I thought Liverpool started very, very well. They started confidently. I agree with Didi. I thought they maybe got a little bit complacent because they were in front, and they have been in front of many matches and won out very easily. I think they got a bit of complacent. Didn't see any nerves from them, man.
No.
Leicester played well, they defended well, and I think, you see, what a lot of people forget, these are professional footballers. Where you're brought up with it, you live with pressure, Eamon. Like there's more pressure on teams on the bottom of the league to get points, to stay in it, rather than the teams at the top. And the managers know, whether Guardiola or Klopp know, nothing we can do about what Liverpool do, only what we can do. So go out and play. It's a game of football, you go out and play. So I think there's too much made of the nervousness and the pressure, and I think the result justified a lot of people saying, the pressure's on Liverpool. It justified it, but I didn't see it like that, and I don't think it was like that. It was just a night that Leicester played well. Liverpool could have got a few more breaks on the game, but it happens. I mean, there's a long way to go. January to the end of the season. If you're getting nervous now, Eamon, you can forget about it.
Okay, Didi, what's your take on that? I mean, Liverpool, big club, great club, a lot of very, very good players. I think they're the best team in the Premier League. Did you think it was pressure that was the problem the other night, or just good opponents and a bad break here and there?
Maybe a bit of both. This team won a couple of weeks ago. They beat Manchester City from home, so I think we've got to give them credit for a very good performance. They are a good side, and they shouldn't be in the league where they are. If you look at the team they've got. But I think when you haven't won, winning is a habit, and John will know better than anybody else. Winning is a habit, and this team has been to 3 finals, got beat 3 times. Some of the players are still in the team when they threw away that year with Brendan Rodgers, that home game against Chelsea when Gerrard slipped. Yep. So these are all things. I'm not saying there was a case in the game against Leicester on Wednesday, but I think the longer it goes on now, the longer they're ahead, I think the pressure will build, because City got some heavy games now against Arsenal, against Chelsea, against some of the big teams. And if they were to get through these unscathed, the pressure will only build, because Liverpool will know we still have to play some of these teams, and it certainly will play on the players' minds, because, as you rightly said, if they had gone 7 points clear, it's a big ask with 17, 18 games to go to make up that deficit. And with every game, that'll get bigger and bigger. And I'm not saying that was a reason on Wednesday, but I think in weeks to come, it certainly could play a part.